Alright, in this video what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to make your checker pieces, checker board pieces or chessboard pieces, whichever game board you decided to go with. But basically how to make the squares that you're going to be using, put the board actually together. And it's a fairly easy process. I want you to use scrap material when you're doing this. So look through the scrap bin, find 1/8 inch scrap acrylic, and make sure it ties into your theme. So I'm going to be doing a Penn State theme. So I probably won't want to use blue and white, or maybe a blue and black or something like that for the different colors onto the actual board itself. So make sure you find the appropriate acrylic scrap that fits those needs. You're not going to be using large scrap pieces, the small ones in the scrap bin. Alright, so one of the scrap pieces, I'm going to go ahead and just go File, New. Let's say one of the scrap pieces is, 6 by, we'll say 3 1/4. Okay, and I'm just going to call this game board squares. Click OK. Alright, and what I'm going to do is, first thing is I'm going to create a rectangle using my rectangle tool, and it's the one under the text tool here. And I'm going to make sure I just draw out a rectangle, and I'm going to change that size now to the actual size that I want. Okay, now the size of the game pieces, bring up my calculator here, they're 15/16 is what you need to make these. So if we need to put that into a decimal conversion, 0.9375. So we want to make it 0.9375 square. So 0.9375 by 0.9375. Okay, so here is my square. Oh, I gotta unlink those. 375. There we go. That looks more like a square, not a rectangle. Just always double check that. You see what I had it linked earlier, so it linked it to the size, constrained them together. That's what this is here. So it'll constrain it, link it. If not, just make sure your width and your height are at 0.9375 as you're doing it. Now, just like we went through in vector cutting when you worked with the magnet assignment, what you want to do is we're going to go no fill again, and we're going to do a black outline, and we want that to be 0.1. That's basically going to let the engraver know that this is going to be something that's getting cut out. All right, and I'm just going to copy that. The cool thing with the board here is, I'm going to leave it up to you guys. You guys are the designers. You can make it just solid pieces. Like if I want to make these to be solid blue or white or black, whatever. Or you can put a design in there. I'm going to put a design in about half my pieces, maybe 1/3 of the pieces will have a design, and the other 2/3 or 3/4 or half, whatever I want, it's up to you, you're a designer, will not have a design. Just know if you do have a design in there, an engraver is going to take longer, because not only is it cutting the pieces out, now it's going to be etching something in there. So don't put it on all your pieces. Again, you're going to be hogging the machine a little bit too much. I would say no more than half your pieces should have a design. I've had a lot of students do maybe 1/4 of the pieces, 1/3 of the pieces, and just kind of mix and match it and space it out every few, or however you want to do it, but no more than, let's say, half. Alright, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do about half my pieces with a design. So what I want to do, I'm going to insert. So I'm going to go File, Place, and I'm going to place, I have a Penn State logo, this one here. I'm going to place that in. Let's try it again here. Make sure I'm selecting the right one. Alright, and right now it's huge. Okay, this logo is fairly large. We're going to make that, I'm actually going to constrain this time, and I want to make sure it fits inside that that 0.9375. So I'm just going to, and I could click and drag it and do that, but I constrained it, and it is about 3/4 of an inch now, and it's going to fit in one of those. And if I want to select it and I want to vectorize it, I could just vectorize that. Alright, so now the image is vectorized, which is nice, and you just want to center it the best you can. Alright, so now they'll have this logo on one of the pieces, and this will just be plain. And I could do that and make each piece individually, or the quick and dirty way is I'm just going to put these a little closer together, max this out here. I got them spaced fairly close, and just make sure we have a single cut line in these, which we do. So now I'm just going to highlight both of those, press Control C, Control V. I get two more. Drag those under, and just keep them fairly close so we're not wasting material. And I can get all four of them. Select all four. Oop. Control C, Control V. And you're going to need 64 of these actually. Alright, so 32 of each color is really what you're going to need. And I have some students who just like to do solid, like plain black and white, make it like traditional looking checkerboard or blue and white or whatever they're going with, whatever their theme is. And that's really up to you if you don't want to put any type of logo on. But just to save you time, this is the easiest way to do it. And I could probably select this bottom row here. Move that down here. Alright, don't have enough space for... I can use my arrow keys. I like to use my arrow keys too to just get it exactly where I want it. So there's no more space to put any down here. Might be able to put two more rows over here. Let's see. Yep, I can get two more right there. So there you go. And this is basically maxed out that scrap piece. And you're going to have to do this several times. You're probably going to need 3 or 4 or 5 scrap pieces to do this. But right on this piece here, you know, I have, 18 pieces out of that 64. I could run this job then, or you can do all your design and run the job, whatever way you want to go about doing it. This is one of the more time-consuming items with cutting these all out. But make sure, you know, when you're done, you save your work, and you could save this as vector cut ready, you know, piece 1, you know, and label your pieces. Like, you're gonna probably have 5 or 6 of those pieces and things as you're going through. But again, if you have any questions, you could see one of your classmates or see the instructor, and make sure you have the correct vector cutting settings and raster settings. It's going to be a combo here, being that it's raster and vector. Make sure you have that all squared away before you go back to the machine. And again, make sure you're taking turns as you're using that machine. So again, good luck, and if you have any questions, just let somebody know.